Alright, hello and welcome to the video, guys. We're going to be looking at a game I played in the LT-432. This is going to be on Steppes, and Steppes to me is just one of those maps that a lot of other people seem to like in light tanks. I really don't. However, this is going to be a pretty good performance for the LT-432. So, in the LT-432, I like to run the modified configuration. So, what this is doing is basically keeping you from being lit on fire. Like, I don't think I've been lit on fire once. However, this only prevents one fire. Keep that in mind. Like, once it's used, that's it. But I'm telling you guys, like, I haven't even noticed this thing, like, no longer highlighted green or whatever. Ever since I've run modified configuration on this vehicle, I don't remember ever being racked or lit on fire once. And the thing is, this thing doesn't really get racked, but it's a matchbox. Like, every single time you hit one of these vehicles, I swear to God, I don't care what the statistics are, you have like a 50% chance of being lit on fire, regardless of where someone hits you. It's just the way this tank is. But what I like to do on this map, since I'm not running CVS, obviously, with modified configuration, I take that off. I still have, like, I want to say 38 something percent concealment, but I don't like taking these middle areas. In the even 90, what I'll do is I'll take this bush right over here by these rocks, and what you can do from here is usually spot enemy TDs that are in this area. I'll just show you guys that. So over here you have a couple of options, right? You can try and take this area. This is one little spot you can go to. You can try and take this area, but there's a gap in the bushes, so I'm not a big fan of it. Or you can try and get it more aggressive, and again, if you're in the even 90, this would work really well. But you can try and take one of these areas. This bush is very nice because it allows you to get spotting damage on everybody here, and it also allows you to spot enemy TDs that might try and poke up in these little gaps right here. However, I think it's easier from the enemy spawn because you have this giant area right here where you can pull up and not be spotted. Compare that to this area, you can see there's like a gap in the bushes, and it's just the way the terrain works. Like, with the way you come up, it's just different, man. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's way easier to stay hidden from this area of the map, and do it from the enemy side, right, and get into this area. This rock over here, to me, I don't like it because it usually just becomes a stalemate. Like, one light tank will go here, the other light tank will go here, and you're just sitting here and until someone gets crossfire on you and you die. So what I decide to do instead, guys, is I play it like this. I make active passes in this area. We get a little bit of spotting, not really anything, but we do spot the bulldog, and we spot a couple people that are coming up here initially, and at least it's giving my team information, right? And what I'm noticing is they sent a lot of people to the east, and I'm communicating this with Sturge and with Svetka over here, the two guys that I was playing with in this game, and TVP appears in the middle. And this is news to me. Like, I had no idea this guy was here. I would not suspect this person to be here, but TVP is here. We end up lighting him there. A very aggressive play for him, and GG, man. So now that the game has progressed at least a tiny bit, I'm going to try and now move here because I know that the M41 went this way, and I'm going to get a little aggressive here and just see if I can spot anything by making a pass, right? And I'm kind of also looking at the map trying to figure out what I want to do, right? Like, I can either come back here and try and spot this because I know this is going to be a problem, or we can try and help with the Lova and the M4A1 and stuff. Svetka's coming back because he's like, dude, I think we need more guns over here, and I would agree. They sent at least half the team east, and yeah, like, likely we're going to run into problems there if the game is actually balanced and these people have similar statistics. Then they'll probably overpower us, but you guys know how this works, especially on the NA server. I've seen like 3 tanks take out like 8 tanks because some people are just really bad at the game and don't know how to angle their armor and stuff. But anyway, I'm going to run up this way. We're going to spot the CS-53 here, sort of, I guess. And we're not getting lit ourselves, so maybe some weird game mechanics, or maybe like the M4 spotted him or something. But M41 is here, and we're going to try and support these guys. So I'm going to poke out. I'm going to take a shot at the M41. The Scorpion also appears here. I'm not getting spotted because I took that shot through the tree, I guess, is how that worked. We're going to try and take a shot at the Scorpion. It just misses. I think it goes high and right there. I think the aiming could have been just a tiny bit better on my part. But M41 is here, and I just want to try and support these guys. I don't want these guys to go out blind basically. So I'm trying to at least provide some view range for them if it's even going to make a difference, but also have, you know, my gun ready in case it's needed, right? Because it looks like we're doing fine on the east, and another reason I made this decision is because we wouldn't have been able to do anything over here anyway until the enemies got up to about the 7 squares, right? Like there's really no point in spotting this if no one over here is going to be able to get shots, right? So that's how I see it. And you know, it turns out that we actually are okay on the east, and now I'm going to use this ridge line. And kind of watch how I use this ridge line. CS-53 does spot me here. We're able to get a little spotting damage to him, and now we're trying to take shots at the Scorpion. This guy doesn't even know I'm here, so I'm just going to take my time and shooting the HE shell at him. Again, use the HE on this tank, guys. Always carry a few of these with you. It does 300 damage. 44 millimeters of pen is more than enough for the Scorpion Gs, RHMs, all these, you know, turretless, not turretless, but these tanks that have no top, right? You know, it's like 5 or 10 armor or whatever the heck. 0 if you hit it in the right spot. So you really don't need, and yeah, we flung an HE shell at this guy and it still hit, right? But you really don't need any kind of crazy high pen HE shells to hit these guys. SU-130 is another one, and it just so happened they had 2 Scorpions and an SU-130, and we were able to effectively use our HE there. Now we're going to get shots at the CS-53, and you can see how I used this ridge line. We spotted the Scorpion G. That was the only really dangerous thing about this play, but other than that, you're able to come up now from the ridge line. We won the east, and I can push this, and obviously this game is a stomp, but this is how you can kind of progress if your team is basically winning the entire map, and you can stay in front, right, and get the spotting and get the damage if you need to mark a tank or something like that. This is how I did it. I'm able to clean up the CS-53 as well. I come up here, I'm going to give the SU-130 a nice hello. I'm going to ram him, and then I'm going to run along his side so he can't really get the shot off too easily. I'm thinking he might be able to hit me once, but even if he does, it's not changing much unless he racks me, right? So 2205 damage, 1838 spotting, guys. We had 9 spots this game, 5 KW and 8. You know, we're over 85% on the mark. Not that it really matters. I don't think I'm ever going to 3-mark this thing because the expected values to 3-mark this tank are very, very high, and it's challenging, but it was a good game nonetheless. So that's the game. We'll leave it open for the thumbnail, and here's the templates, guys. So 1838, 2205 was the total after everything. We did get this, when you detect at least 9 enemy vehicles, you get this badge. I always forget what they're called, guys, but again, modified configuration, super, super important. Every single time I do a video on the LT-432, I tell you guys this: run modified configuration, because there are so many times I see enemy LT-432s burning like all hell, and you need to run this thing on the LT-432. Just trust me. I've played almost 800 battles in this vehicle, and I'm telling you, you need to have that on here. So it looks like that badge, by the way, is Scout or Spotter or something like that, because that's what's coming up over here. I think one of these is fire for effect and all. But anyway, guys, that's the personal score. Here's the team score. We're top by experience and probably like 3rd or 4th by damage or something like that. And yeah, another great game to have with these guys. So I can't complain at all. We made 159K. I think I did have the personal reserves on the boosters, and that's it, guys. Nothing more to see. But I can't emphasize to you guys enough, you must run modified configuration on this vehicle. And my crew is stacked too, man. Like, look at my crew on this tank. We do have brothers in arms, situational awareness, recon, concealment, repairs, like intuition. We have this crew decked out because I have 800 battles in it, and I do really, really enjoy playing this vehicle. This tank is almost a tier 8.5. Like, look at everything, man. Dispersion is good, DPM is good, aiming time is good. It even has some turret armor, so that's great. And the view range is fine, and the concealment on it, even without low noise exhaust, is close to 40%. It's like 38 something and change. So can't complain at all with this vehicle, guys. In my opinion, it's just way more powerful than the LTTB, but the LTTB is also not a bad vehicle. So again, I don't think we'll ever 3-mark this thing, but I did get the 3-mark on the LTTB, and I did get it on the even. So I don't know, maybe if we just keep plugging away at it, we'll get closer and closer, but I don't know. LT-432 has extremely high expected values, guys. All right, that's it. I will catch you for the next one. Hope you enjoy, guys, and see you later. Bye-bye now.